Welcome to part 21, creating the navigation bar. So now we're at the point of our dashboard where we're going to define functions that create parts of the layout. So each of these functions that are upcoming will return some dash component that will eventually get added to the layout. Now we're not going to call these functions just yet, we're just going to define them. So the first function that we see here will create the navigation bar, which appears at the top of the page. And it's a good idea to go to the dashboard so we can look at the navigation bar itself. So here's our navigation bar. There's 3 items in it. There is the DunderData logo, which is actually linked to dunderdata.com. There's another link over here, which actually is just a link to itself. So clicking this won't do anything. And then there's an external link on how to build this dashboard to find this course. Now the reason why we have a link to itself is that you could imagine we have different parts of or multiple different dashboards or different sort of looks and different pages we could go to, and then say we want to go back to the home page. That's the reason why we have this link over here. It's to return us back to the home page. Okay, so that's the navigation bar. It's a very common item to have in almost all modern websites. You'll see navigation bars, you'll see a company logo, you'll have drop-down menus, you'll have links. So just a very common thing to see on modern websites. So let's go back to our code and see how this navigation bar is created. So the first thing to notice is that we use the dash bootstrap components library for this. And what we do in the beginning is create these 2 items. One is the link to itself. That's what this reference is just href is just to itself. And then we create a link to an external link, which is that global variable that we defined above to learn how to build the dashboard. Now, so we didn't cover this particular code, this dash bootstrap components library. So what I'll do is I'll provide a link in the description so that you can see the documentation and see how this is created. But essentially the first things we do is create these 2 links as navigation items. So this is like a list of navigation items. There's 2 of them. One is to itself and one is to learning how to build the dashboard. And then we actually create the navigation bar. And this is where we have 3 components here, 1, 2, and 3. So the first one is fairly complex. You'll notice it's html.a. So we are creating an anchor tag. So we are linking an image. So there's an image in here somewhere. That's where we get the logo from. All right. So it's going to make the image clickable so that it, when you click on it, it goes to the dunderdata.com website. That's that home URL, a global variable right here. This is just necessary to make it toggle whenever we have smaller screens. So you can have a little button that you press and you can see the different links. And then we add the nav items over here. Like that. That's what we created up here, is this list of those 2 items. So we'll have the logo and then we'll have the navigation items, and this is just necessary for dash bootstrap components to be able to toggle back and forth. Okay, so that is the code for the navigation bar. And again, if you want to learn more about it, you can look in the description and go directly to the dash bootstrap components library.